Hello, spooky followers. My name is Indigo Grimm, here with a spooky review with a creature. Now, this time I'm going to be reviewing something similar to Mao. Let me get this. Go ahead and get started. I will be reviewing the one and only Kitsune. If you don't know what a Kitsune is, it's a Japanese word of fox. But some people say it's a fox spirit. But traditionally, it means fox in English term. If you want to know. Basically, now, before you ask, why does this kitsune is Mao? Well, that's because she is a kitsune, but a lot different. Let me explain. Mao, this is her, well, got her pin tubing form. She is a two-tailed kitsune, but she's not a kitsune at all. That's because if you read her backstory, when the person found her, they found a orb, but that was actually a kitsune orb. I'll get to that later. This is her true form. She is a protogen, a two-tailed protogen kitsune. So, yeah, it does count since the creator of hers did turn her into a kitsune until she has the abilities of the kitsune, but a lot different than the usual fox spirit that I'm going to talk about. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and tell you what she is, my partner. Okay? But back to the kitsune. The kitsune is a fox spirit. The more powerful the tails is how old they are and how powerful they are. They could shapeshift to basically anything, unlike their counterpart or cousins, the Tanuki. I'll get to them in a later video. I don't know when. Maybe St. Patrick's Day, since they do like drinking alcohol. I'll figure out later. But basically, they're also very lewd as well. They will literally take form of beautiful young women to seduce the man. Sometimes they will literally have their fun, but sometimes they will drain the life force out of you as well. So yeah, be aware of that. Trust me. Even though there are some men that don't mind have their life force literally sucked out of them, they're like, oh no, it's fine. Having fun with a kitsune fox girl is fine. But kitsunes also could turn into men as well. And when a woman gets with a kitsune that is a man, they are immediately in pain because I guess the kitsune is very rough with them. And sometimes if they're very, very, very sorry, they will tell you how to ease the pain from their one night stands. Knowing that, they will treat yourself as yes, but what you're eating, you do not want to know what you've been eating on the table. Trust me. Other than that, the kitsune also, well, some kitsune can be good or bad. Some of them are messengers to the gods. One in particular is called Inar. Gosh darn it, I can't say that name right. But they are very royal messengers. That was the famous temple or shrine has kitsunes to be messengers. But there are some that likes to play tricks on you, make illusions to make you think twice or go insane. So be careful of that as well. So yeah, so beware. The other thing you have to literally need to understand how you even know that you're dealing with a kitsune. Well, one, their form is very highly, especially if you're dealing with a more tails like four or even two like Mal has. They sometimes they slip up. Her tails will pop out, the fluff will pop out as well, or their chin will be pointed. So keep an eye on. Or their eyes. Look at their eyes because sometimes you actually see their a fox look eyes. So now you know how you can tell apart a real human to a kitsune. But I also know that kitsune also could control the elements, just like Mao. But Mao's is uncommon. Music and technology, like our wires, for example. But for a traditional kitsune, they control fire, water, earth, metal, darkness, electricity, and stuff like that. If I do my research right, I might have to go back on it. But yes, they do control a lot of elements, but it also depends which one you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a good kitsune, then you're good. If you're dealing with a bad one, be careful. I also know that kitsune also have a weak point. You see, every kitsune has a orb or a ball. They call it a kitsune star ball. Basically, basically, these things are very, very important to the kitsune. So they will do anything to bring it back. For example, a kitsune who lost their star ball and someone finds it, just say they'll do anything to get it back. And that's including becoming your loyal subject, slave, or other to get it back. But be warned, these creatures are very, very dangerous. Especially if you're not looking, they might kill you and take their star ball back. So trust me. And again, Mal does have a star ball, but she never told me how she got it. Unless I do know how she got it, but she told me not to tell you guys unless you go on Twitter and find the post I did. Okay, so be aware. But I also know that the kitsune also has a lot of other abilities. For example, the kitsune also make not only they also have fire orbs as well. They call kitsune bee. Kitsune bee? Basically, they're basically like will o' the wisp, but a lot different. Knowing that, there is also another issue. Hold on. So, yeah, knowing that these creatures are very alluring, especially if you're dealing with a female or a male one as well. These two are very popular in a lot of communities. The movies, anime, TV shows, movies, and in the VTubing community. A lot of VTubers and PinTuber are Kitsune based. And that's including Mal. Seriously, there's so many I can't even choose. Like, but the Kitsune is very powerful. Depend how old they are. If you're lesser than one tail, then you're weaker. Unlike stronger tails like 9, but there are some cases that a kitsune could have 10 tails, but it's very, very, very rare to find one like that. But I also know kitsunes are very lustful. They will hook with anyone, man, woman, or other. They don't care. They just want to have some, how to say it, some fun time. And don't get me wrong, the male kitsunes, they're pretty hot. Don't get me wrong. But uh, back I was saying, the kitsune is very powerful. So if I were you, just keep an eye on their eyes so that you could tell if they're human or not. Or just check be their back, seeing there's no tail running around, and you should be fine. Unless you're really interesting to have some fun with a fox, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. Trust me. I'm not going to judge you. But just be aware that the kitsune is very, very, very dangerous when it can be. They're very tricksters as well. They'll literally trick you for money or just in general. Or just one night stand and they up and disappear on you. So be aware. And also beware what you're eating because there are some tales that the person who was eating sushi was eating dead leaves, trash, or poop. Seriously. So be aware what you're eating if you're dealing with a fox. I'm not even kidding. But other than that, the creature is very, very lustful, including some tales that a Kitsune woman actually had a child with her victims before. And trust me, it wasn't exactly hard to explain to your husband why your children has tails and ears. Not good. But other than that, the kitsune is very alluring and very attractive, depending who you're coming from. So that's why. So if I were you, be careful who you're talking to because you don't know if they're a kitsune or not. Okay? Well, I better get going. I got another spooky music review to do. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.